Making music isn't meant for everyone. A song can take anywhere from a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, shit, sometimes even over a year. But once you're done making a song, are you really done? What's up everybody, Cold Space here. And in this video, I'm gonna go over 6 things that I learned from uploading to Spotify. I've been making music for a while now, but ever since I got my Push 2, I've really been taking my music making seriously, and this was the first year where I actually released music. I really didn't know what to expect. I watched a bunch of videos and shit. Before this, I had never even mixed and mastered a song completely. To top it off, my first release was a genre that I've only been working on for like a year, which is hip-hop. The song you're hearing right now is what I'm used to making, what I've been making for most of my, I guess you could say, career. I like EDM, it's what got me into it, and I don't know why I decided to release something that was completely different. I'm honestly glad that I experimented with the first release, just because it's an album that I'm really not taking too seriously. My main focus is EDM, like the song you're hearing right now. That's the kind of stuff that I want to release, and with this little experience, it really taught me some things, and hopefully it teaches you something. If this video helps you out, don't be a piece of shit. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It'll really help me out, and it'll help other people find this video as well. Also, I've started a Discord for music producers, so if you want a place where you can get honest feedback on a track, say you have questions about certain VST or whatever, it could be anything music related, it's there to help you guys out. If you're interested, link in the description. Let's get started. So, tip number 1, do LUFs matter, LUFs. Do you know what that is? If you don't, it is the standard unit of measurement that they use to measure the loudness of a song. Now, what they say for Spotify is that you should mix and master your song to about 14 LUFs. I myself did that, and I noticed 2 different things. One, even though I had all my songs at 14 LUFs, they all sounded different due to something that's called perceived loudness. Perceived loudness is how the human ear hears it over what this dumb measurement says. And even though I uploaded all my songs at 14, they supposedly said if I, did this, all of them would sound just like they sounded on my computer when I uploaded them to Spotify, but that is not the case either. A lot of my songs sounded really compressed, and some of the sounds didn't even come through. I had one song that I had a really low bass. It wasn't a strong bass, but it was really low, and you could feel the rumble on my monitors and on my headphones and in the car. It sounded great. I uploaded it, and then once I uploaded it, it was basically non-existent, and I just didn't understand why. To be honest, next time I'm just gonna leave it maybe at like around 8, maybe 10. I still don't know yet. What I'm probably gonna end up doing is making another video where I upload the same song at 3 different LUFs, and just make an experimental video. If you guys are interested in that, please follow. I literally just thought of that right now. But yeah, I really would like to solve this issue, and it's something you need to be aware of. Mixing and mastering is hard as fuck. That's all there is to say, man. And this is something you have to take into consideration. I know some people that don't even care about this. They didn't even know about this. I explained this to them because I was about to upload my music, and they already had music on there, and they were like, what the fuck is that? Like, I'd never even heard that. And their shit sounds really good. So you could take your chances, wait for the video, look up other videos if you want, and get just as confused as I am. Trust me, I did my homework and I still couldn't figure it out. So that's just my advice for you guys on this. So another thing that happened to me that I thought was really weird was the fact that when I used synths, they sounded a lot better than when I used samples. So Some tracks were synth heavy, meaning I used VSTs to make that shit. It wasn't mostly sample based, and some songs were purely sample based. And those songs are the ones that suffered the most when I uploaded to Spotify. Why? I really don't know. It's just something that I found that happened. I've only been doing hip hop for like about a year, so that could be part of the problem. I'm not EQing things right. I'm not, boosting whatever right. And most of the problem came from the low end. So a lot of the basses that I used did not sound good. But it was weird because they sounded cool on my headphones and on my monitors and then in the car. But after I uploaded them, it suffered a lot. And this might be due to the compression that I guess happens when you upload these songs up there. But I'm not really sure. It could be multiple things. I don't have all the answers. I'm just letting you know what happened to me. And hopefully it helps you out in some way. Look into it. I'll eventually try to make a video on it if I can, but I'm just trying to keep it short for now. Okay, well, while the first couple tips were based on the music quality, the next couple tips are just going to be about actual things with your Spotify account and things like that. So setting up your Spotify artist account is really important. Now, I uploaded my music with DistroKid, and I went to the menu, whatever, and I tried to apply for the account this way, but it said I couldn't make an account until I had music that was actually live on Spotify. So what that means is you have to have an actual release out before you can go in and edit your profile, which I think is pretty stupid. You can apply manually, but I didn't want to do that. I tried to do it a couple times and I just couldn't do it, so I just left it like that. And I ended up releasing my my EP a couple days early because I wanted to get in here and fix all this stuff. Why is that important? Because as a new artist, when people click on your shit, they're gonna look at your stuff, and if they click on your stuff and it looks super barren, it doesn't have to be completely customized. Like mine isn't really customized, but I tried to do some things. The header is insanely big, so that's one thing that I came across that I couldn't change. Look how big it is, 2660 times 1140. So I have to go and figure out how to make a header for this. Either take a picture and shrink it down or whatever. But yeah, I have to figure that out. But I think it's really important to get stuff like this sorted out, just so, like I said, when people click on your stuff, they can learn about you and it doesn't look that crazy, that crazy like empty. I did link my Spotify to my account, and I put a little thing on here just to explain stuff. And I still have to add pictures and stuff. Obviously, I don't have concerts because I'm a fucking nobody. But yeah, those things are really important. And another thing that is helpful when making your Spotify account is trying to get on playlists. Now, what they say is usually to, after you upload a song, before you upload a song, you can request it to be listened to by someone at Spotify, and you have the chance of getting on a Spotify playlist. Now, I couldn't do this with this album because you have to have a Spotify artist account before you can do all this, and obviously you can't have one unless it's live. Sorry if none of this is making sense. I feel like I'm running in circles, but the point is, before you release a song, give it about 4 weeks. So just say you have a song ready right now, make your Spotify artist account. Once you have that open, upload the song and wait like 3 to 4 weeks before you actually release it. In that time, there's an option to have that song considered for a playlist, and just say you get you have a bigger chance of getting on a playlist that way, just because you're giving them more time. You know how many people submit music to them a day, so sometimes it takes a couple weeks for them to maybe listen to it, and it's a big maybe, but honestly, if you do land that spot, it could be really big for you. A lot of people will find you right away. For my next release, I am going to do that. Like I said, this is kind of a throwaway release. This is just my first EP for the hip hop kind of stuff, just chill beats. But that's not my main, focus. I make EDM. So my next release is I'm gonna do it this way and hopefully try to get on a good playlist because that is super important. Another thing that is really important is what are we at? Number 4, checking your Spotify data. Why is that shit important? Because it lets you know what people like and what people don't like. I don't just mean the streams and stuff, but it also lets you know what people like, so you can try to make your next couple songs not exactly the same, but just say you use a certain synth or you use a certain style on this song. People are liking it more than this song, and you just have a better idea of what people are grooving to. Obviously, as an artist, you just want to make music that you like and it's for you, but you also want to make stuff that people like too. So use that data and just try to use it to your advantage. There's no other way around it. Number 5, have a release strategy. So that goes along with what I said earlier with trying to get your song on a playlist. Upload it really early so you have time to hopefully get it on a verified playlist. That's really important. I know some people pay for playlists and stuff like that. That's just pretty lame. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. It's no problem. There's so many ways of doing it, but I personally do not believe in that kind of stuff. I feel like that's pretty gay. Why do I have to pay some random just to try to get famous? I don't know. That's not the point. At least for me, I'm making the music because I like to make the music. It's not to get famous. Obviously, we all want to make money off this, but I don't know. I just don't like that personally, and I don't think I'll ever pay someone to have them play me. But part of that release strategy should be, there's a bunch of YouTube videos out there. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but you should have a release strategy before you upload the song and then after the song goes live. So just have like a good couple weeks of promo, and it doesn't have to be every day, but just have something in mind so when you do release it, people find it. Especially if you're someone like me who's a fucking nobody and you don't have a huge audience. It's really important to promote your shit, because if not, what's the point of having like a full album and you don't promote it, and then you release it and then you're like, why is no one listening to it? I didn't really promote this after. I thought I was gonna do it this way, but I got impatient. I didn't like that I couldn't make my Spotify account, and that kind of fucked things up. But that's not that big a deal because I just made this one for fun. The next couple songs that I'm gonna release, which are EDM, are more of what I really want to be known for. This is just something cool that I wanted to do. And this brings us to my very last topic number 6, singles versus EP/album. When it comes to releasing your shit, what should you do? I've watched a couple videos, and to be honest, I feel like albums are a thing of the past. Sure, they're cool to have, but I think if you have an album, just say you have an album of 8 songs, you can always turn all those singles into an album, but then you have 8 chances to promote before you even release the album. If that sounds confusing, because it kind of does to me already. So let's just look at my songs real quick. I have 7 songs here. I released this and I only have one thing to promote. Just promote the whole album. Obviously you can promote song by song in posts here and there, but it's always better to, I guess, create hype or have consistency when promoting stuff, especially when you're just starting out like me. It's better to have stuff coming out almost every day, or whatever, because you're constantly having new people find your shit, and that's the point. Especially you want people to follow you, you want people to learn who you are. I mean, if you have a big following, that's not a big deal. Obviously, if you have a good at least 2,000, 3,000 people listening to you, that's something. If you drop an album, that's pretty cool. But if you're like me, I think it makes more sense to just release a bunch of singles and then eventually make them into an album. Like, I don't know how to do that yet, but I'm looking into that. I was gonna release an EP in March, but now I think I'm gonna release use this strategy where I'm releasing singles and then eventually bundle it up into an album. A lot of EDM artists do this. I don't know too much about the hip hop people because I really don't listen to any new hip hop. I don't really like it. It's just not my style anymore. I do like some of it, but it's nothing that I would actually play by myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'll listen to it, but it's not something I want to hear. When it comes to this stuff though, EDM, like, I really like that. I do follow a lot of, that's like my main focus. So a lot of them do like small EPs where like they release 2 songs, a regular version and an extended mix, and that's it. And I think that's going to be the way to go for me from now on. But that's just something to think about. Look up other videos. I'm sure there's tons of stuff out there. I'm just trying to give you guys ideas. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, look out for my future videos. I think I said a couple things in this video that I'm gonna make videos about. Join the Discord if you are interested in music production. It'd be really cool to have just a bunch of different genres of people just coming together and learning from each other. My name is Cold Space. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.